Connecting NetSuite and WorkMarket. To start the process between NetSuite and WorkMarket, a service order with all of the required fields needs to be created. Here is an example of a service order that is in the open status. You will see that there are no buttons across the top that indicate whether there is a connection between WorkMarket and NetSuite. These will only activate when a service call is set to dispatch to tech and that status is saved. In the edit mode, go ahead and select dispatch to tech and save the service order. Once this is saved, you're going to see a send to WorkMarket button that will enable us to start the communication flow between NetSuite and WorkMarket. Select this button and the system will try to create an assignment in the WorkMarket platform. As you can see here, there are some required fields that WorkMarket needs before it can create an assignment. And if it does not have these fields, it will go ahead and let us know in this pop-up. Right now we need ETA date, we need early and late ETA times, support admin, and their phone number. Select OK and then go into the edit mode to put that information into the service order. We will now fill in the ETA date. We'll go ahead and set that for tomorrow. ETA time, early ETA time, we'll set for 12 o'clock. Late ETA time, we will set for 1400. Call manager, go ahead and select my name here and it will auto-populate on there. And let's try it one more time. We'll hit save. Send to WorkMarket button is still there. Select that. Takes a minute. You'll see here that the WorkMarket assignment has been created inside of WorkMarket. This number here will populate over here at the service provider reference number, and then we will have a view in WorkMarket link that we can select this and go to WorkMarket to be able to see that service order. I'll go ahead and do that now just for reference. Click that, it will bring up a new login. If you're not already logged in, it will bring it up. If you've already been logged in, it should bring it straight to this WorkMarket page. That's just for reference for right now. It'll show that it's in the draft mode and it has been created. Go back to the service order. One more thing to note, you'll see that the send to WorkMarket button has been changed to now state update from WorkMarket. Scroll down to the lower tabs on NetSuite service order and you'll see that there is a new tab that's created between the transactions tab and the service logs tab, and this is called the WorkMarket labor clouds. Within this tab you will see the various labor clouds that we have created in NetSuite and on the WorkMarket system that basically pools text together either grouped by skill set, industry type, etc. We're going to route this service order to the ServRight digital signage labor cloud by selecting the route to this labor cloud button over here on the right hand side. When you select that, it asks you, are you sure you want to route this assignment to that labor cloud? You click OK. Comes back and it says that it successfully routed this assignment to that labor cloud. There are 1 workers within the radius to accept. On these various labor clouds, I believe they're set to around 100 miles radius of that zip code or the site address, and it will bring up how many techs are in that area for you to choose from. So go ahead and select OK on that. As you can see, the service order is updating, and there is a new tab that now comes up instead of what it was before. It is now the WorkMarket orders, or excuse me, the WorkMarket offers tab. You click on that, and right now you'll see that there are no offers in this service order yet. So that you can see what is happening on the WorkMarket side of things, we will select the View and WorkMarket link that is in the left-hand corner of the service order in the first column. What this will do is bring up the tab inside of WorkMarket that will have the assignment and also our SO number attached to that assignment. You'll see here that EBB Supply is the technician that was linked earlier when we selected the digital signage labor cloud from the service order. This technician is a live technician. We are in production mode, and I want to make sure that we don't send it to a live tech right now. What we have is a test worker that is set up in the system. So I'm going to go ahead and find that worker. I'm going to select Invite More Workers. I am going to remove this filter from the text search and find the test worker by his member ID number, which I have saved. And here's the test worker. I will select it and send him the assignment. Now he has been invited to this assignment. By having this test worker set up in the system, I am able to access his account and perform any actions that are required to perform work on our service orders. We'll be able to jump back and forth between his screen and ours so that you can watch the workflow in action. Here's his screen, and on here you'll see that we have service order 511637, which is the one we generated. I'll go ahead and open that up, and here is the text application screen. And on it we have in the center section here an overview and special instructions sections, which basically translates to the problem description and the work requested fields. Over here on the right hand side we have the pricing details, and on this service call we have a flat rate fee of $100 is what we're requesting the tech accept, and it also gives the ETA date and time on there, and in a general location of that service order. Now the technician at this point can go in and propose a new price for this service order. And let's say that this tech is going to up his price to $125. And he could either select a new date or time or set an offer expiration date. We're not going to select those right now, but at this point in time, after he has selected the $125 counter offer, he's going to apply for this assignment. Alright, and he sees here that it was successful in the application of this assignment to ServRight. So let's go back over to the ServRight service order. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this update from WorkMarket button to get that information from WorkMarket back into NetSuite. If you look here, the WorkMarket offers is still blank. So let's go in and update from WorkMarket. Normally when you go into a call, it will refresh, and so you won't have to do this update. Alright, successfully received an assignment data object and updated the records. Click OK. You'll see that it's doing a little bit of update here with the service order. It is now done, and we go back over here to the WorkMarket offers, and you'll see that test worker SR has member ratings, and the offer was $125 flat fee from him. We have the option at this point to either accept the offer or decline the offer. Any other technicians that come into the system will also show up underneath this as well. We're going to go ahead and accept this offer. It says, are you sure you want to accept the test worker's service order to the service order? You just go ahead and select OK. Successfully accepted the offer and assigned test worker SR to the service order. The records will be updated shortly. Click OK again, and we see that the record is updating over here. And if you scroll back up, you'll see that the tech has been dispatched. This is an automatic setup between WorkMarket and NetSuite. It also shows the test worker at this point right here. And what we're going to do with WorkMarket and the technicians is that we're going to assign them a member ID number within NetSuite. And this one here, his new member ID number is 13731 SW, and has the test worker. This is similar to what we have with Field Nation or PCSOS or any other type of technician. We also need to point out that you will receive an email notification that a member has applied for assignment to your service order. This email will reflect any changes from the original offer sent to the tech. This includes pricing information, new date and time proposal, offer expiration date, and any other notes that they may have added when they were looking at applying for this service order. You can select the View Assignment button right here, and it will go ahead and bring up the browser inside of WorkMarket, and you can go ahead and proceed from that point. Once a tech has been dispatched, a service log will be generated within the service order, and this log will be populated with specific data. Basically, similar to what we already have. Member here, tech name, customer, ETA date, ETA time, the end user, service provider reference number, WorkMarket assignment link, which is the View and WorkMarket link that we used earlier, and then also the negotiated price, which the tech came back with $125, and we agreed to that. If the tech would have gone ahead and kept the $100 flat that we proposed, that negotiated price would also show as $100 in this section right here. The member now has access to this service order and is authorized to perform the work that we need on this service order. Let's go back and look at the tech's member portal within the WorkMarket platform. Normally they're going to be using a mobile app to be able to import that data over to this system, which will in conjunction with NetSuite get it back over to us. You can see here again we have the overview and the special instructions, which is basically the problem description and the work requested fields. Over here on the right hand side we have the ETA date and time, the customer, which also has now their address information. They can click on their driving directions and things like that. ServRight is the one that is giving him the service order. It's got contact information for the senior engineer with phone numbers and email addresses. It has the pricing details that he agreed to with us. Shows that he's going to be paid within 30 days after approval of this work assignment. We go over here and we have some other sections, check in, check out. He can select this and check into the site, check out. We also have these custom fields which are required for the tech to fill out. Anything that has the red asterisk is a mandatory field, and so we have life count, return trip needed, yes or no, Was the issue resolved, yes or no? Statement of work. He needs to select on here that I agree with the statement of work that was given. What we're going to do right now is we're just going to go ahead and select that the tech is en route. So he would type in the word yes or select it on his mobile app. And we're going to just update these fields that we just selected, the statement of work and the tech en route. And you notice the little pop-up that came up there that said that that information has been successfully updated within the WorkMarket system. What I'll do now is go back to our service order, and we will go ahead and do an update from WorkMarket, or we could also just hit a refresh button on the service order. Let's do that so that it would show similar to what you would have if you just brought the service order up. You'll see that the status changed to tech en route. One of the main features of the WorkMarket platform is that most, if not all, of the status changes and updates between NetSuite and WorkMarket will happen automatically. This removes the so-called swivel seating that we saw when using the FieldNation platform. That being said, we do have the ability to access and make changes to any data within the WorkMarket assignment. When selecting the View in WorkMarket link, you will have access to their platform in accordance with your user role. The view you will see will closely mimic that of the technician. But there are going to be a few exceptions sprinkled in. You can hide this table of contents by clicking these three lines next to the WorkMarket icon. Please note that if we need to add additional information or documents to the WorkMarket assignment after it has been created, we will need to do this within their platform. The API is primarily designed to automatically push data from the tech into NetSuite and to allow our senior engineers, call managers, and the accounting team to act upon that information. The additional data transfer is pretty easy to accomplish. What I'm going to do here is go to Special Instructions, click on the Edit mode. I'm going to add the year 2018 to the end of this line, Save Changes. You see that the instructions were saved. Now I'm going to go to the Document section. I'm going to select Add a Document. I'm going to go ahead and click a document, upload it, and right now it's showing that it is visible to the assigned worker only. We can set this to internal only or assigned and potential workers, other people that might want to be looking at this call when it is initially set up. Okay, so both of these are loaded into our portal in WorkMarket. We'll go back over here to the Technicians portal. We're going to refresh this, and you'll see that the Special Instructions comes back with 2018 at the end of that, and it also has the Mountain Man Memorial March race results, and all he has to do is download this, and it will automatically pop up exactly what we sent him within their platform. The nice thing about this is when you go back to the service order and you look at the Interactions tab, right now the Files sub-tab is empty. I'm just going to go ahead and select Reload this page from the browser. Go back into the Interactions tab. You'll see that the Files sub-tab now has this same file located within it. It thinks that it's a WorkMarket attachment, I guess, but the cool part about it is I don't have to put it within the NetSuite and then also put it inside of the WorkMarket platform. Since these two portals basically look the same, we're going to just focus on the ServRight user view so that we can get a full screen layout. The tech has received the file that was sent, as well as notification of a change in the special instructions. Arriving on site, they select the check-in tab, and he will go ahead and select check-in. All right, as we go over here to the service order, the status is set to tech en route. And remember that we can get an update several ways from the service order. This time we'll do an update from WorkMarket. Again, it takes about 10 seconds for this to communicate back and forth with their platform. Successfully received the data object and updated the records. It's updating the service order, and it changed the status to on-site. You can also go into the service logs, and you'll see that the tech arrived on site at 8:29, which he's a little bit late for his 4-hour response, but this is for training purposes only. After the tech checks in, there are a few housekeeping items that need to be taken care of, such as model number and serial number verification. So we'll scroll down here, and this is an FI 6800 scanner. I've got that saved in the clipboard, and the serial number is easy number to remember. And once this information is put into the system, you've always got to save custom fields if you are the one that's entering this data. It comes up with the successfully updated fields, and at that point, the tech will continue his work. After looking over the scanner, the tech could tell that there was definitely some user abuse going on. He took a picture of the end user to make sure that everything was on file. To get this pic over to ServRight and the big kahuna running the call, the tech went to the deliverables section to upload the file. He found this pic of the dabbing pineapple doing a 180 heel flip off of the exit tray. He opened it and got it into the system. Let's go ahead and check the interactions tab to make sure that it made it there. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the service order. Interactions, files, there it is. This is going to come in handy when the customer reviews the invoice. The tech goes on and basically does everything he can to get the unit operational. There's going to be a return visit needed with a part ordered, and to close out this visit, the tech will go ahead and fill out all of the appropriate fields. So we scroll down here, and let's say that he had $10 in parking. Again, we verify the model and the serial numbers. The life count is 7777. Parts used, he used some of them. Parts not used, he didn't use 2 of them. Tracking numbers, UPS number BR549. Return trip needed, that is going to be a yes. Was the service issue resolved? He is going to select no on that one because he does need to go on a return visit. He already agreed to the statement of work. Travel time was 3 hours round trip, and in mileage was 150 miles. And on these here, you've got drop down. The tech has that as well to be able to put that information in there. We're going to go ahead and save these custom fields. It's successfully updated. Then we'll go up in here and have the tech go ahead and check out. And that is done. So we go back over here to the service order, and we will do an update from WorkMarket. If it's in the gray here, that means that it's still talking with the WorkMarket platform, so you'll see that it's still going. Okay, now with the status change, since the tech selected that he did need to come back, the status changed to return trip needed, and then also the button over here went from update from WorkMarket to create revisit assignment. Go down to the service logs, and you'll see that the tech checked out at 10 minutes or 11 minutes after 10. The issue was not resolved, and it has not been reviewed yet. The life count populated over here in the service order. And if we go into the service log itself, you can see that the model number and serial number were verified. The tracking number is input into this section here. Go back over to WorkMarket. And everything looks to be good, except when he goes in and completes the assignment, it will also ask him for closing notes. Provide a summary of the work performed or other relevant information. This was an interesting service order. Never have seen a pineapple do so much. What we're going to do is we'll go ahead and rate this test worker at this time. Did the worker arrive on time? No. Did the worker submit all required deliverables on time? Yes. Rate your experience with the worker. Overall, well, you can select all at this point. This is a really nice feature that they have. So we're just going to say satisfied on everything. Communication was excellent. Professionalism was excellent. And complete and approved. Back at the service order, all of the appropriate details have been sent to the work completed fields here. You'll see that the tracking number that was put in there comes up underneath the resolution. We are working on a few items that are in development. Mainly it has to do with parts debriefing and tracking information. As noted, a create revisit assignment button has been set up because there needs to be a return visit. The status has also been changed to return trip needed, along with the return trip required checkbox checked. The WorkMarket platform is designed so that only one service order visit can be made per assignment. This is not going to pose a problem as far as we're concerned inside of NetSuite. Let's go ahead and create a revisit assignment for this service order. Again, you remember that it's in gray, and so it's trying to communicate back and forth between WorkMarket and NetSuite. It says, please ensure that you have updated the ETA date and time for the revisit assignment. If you notice here, I still have the date and time set for yesterday. Click OK to proceed with the assignment creation, or click Cancel to update the service order. We're going to cancel out of this because we want to update the service order. We've got the wrong ETA date and time on here. It automatically goes into the edit mode for us. We'll go ahead and set the ETA for today. Set the early ETA time for 1400. Late ETA time for 1500. Then a save. Go ahead and select Create Revisit Assignment. Now this box is going to come up every single time that we do a create revisit assignment. Click OK to proceed with the assignment because we do have this. It's just saying please ensure that you have. All right, we're going to go ahead and click OK. Again, it's communicating. And if you look over here, the number will change to 9791. We had 7794 here. We select that. It will go ahead and update this information over here to 9791. The service order status has changed from return trip needed to dispatch to tech. Go ahead and select the View in WorkMarket link, and it will bring up the assignment inside of the WorkMarket platform. You'll notice that the previous tech is auto-populated into this revisit assignment. You have some dispatch options in this screen. You can either select this test worker that we used before by clicking on Actions and either accepting the technician or declining the technician on their behalf. Or you can go in here and you can invite more workers. And right now we have a filter that's set that we want to see all workers within 60 miles of this zip code. And you can go in and you can select any of these individuals and then send invites to them. We also have an option where the tech can actually see in his queue what is going on. Right now, here is the second revisit that lines up, corresponds with this right here. And he can either select it at this point and go into the service order on his end, or he can select apply right here. It goes into the same order. The option that he has here is that the technician will be able to again go in and propose a new price, new date and time. But we've already talked to him. He said, hey, I'll go ahead and do it for the $100 flat. So he'll go ahead and apply for this assignment. The application was successful. So let's go back over here to our service order. Open up the call. We're going to do an update from WorkMarket. Successfully updated. Call is updating over here. Still set to dispatch to tech. We scroll down, and this is very similar to what we did earlier. Go to WorkMarket offers, and you'll see that test worker has applied to this new service order. We're going to go ahead and say we're going to accept the offer at this point. He says, I'm going to go ahead and do it for the $100 flat fee. We're going to go ahead and accept the offer. Are you sure you want to accept? Yes, we do. Successfully assigned test worker. Click OK. Service order is updating. If we scroll back up to the top, actually I'm going to update one more time. Tech is now dispatched. Scrolling down to the Service Logs tab, you will see that we now show the service provider reference number as well as the View in WorkMarket assignment link. Again, each WorkMarket assignment directly correlates to a service log. There is a one-to-one relationship between that service log and the assignment. We can click here in the View in WorkMarket link and go back, and we're going to look at the first assignment, which is the first service log. And you remember that the technician was late, and it's kind of cool that they flagged that right here underneath his ratings. We can edit the ratings if we need to after that service order or assignment has been completed. Go back to the service order, and we'll click the second link, and it will go to the revisit. same service order, revisit. And on this one here, you can see that he's ready to check in or check out. And what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and set this to en route. And he'll still have to let us know that he's agreed with the statement of work and other information. We'll go ahead and save custom fields. It saved it, and this will automatically push over to the service order. Again, that's if we are out of the service order. When we bring it up, it will automatically refresh. We don't have to keep clicking this update from WorkMarket button. Tech is en route. We go over here to the service logs, and it doesn't give us an en route. It just basically is still setting at that status. All right, gonna go ahead and go in here real quick, and he really drives fast. Check in. I'm gonna do an update. Click OK. Service order is updating. Tech is on site. Now we'll scroll down to the service logs. And you'll see that he arrived on site at 13:07. We're going to go ahead and verify model number. It's going to say DDDD, serial number 12345, life count 77778. Added another 1,000, I think, on there. Parts used 1. Parts not used none. Tracking number CCFFRR. Blade changed. I'm going to go ahead and do a blade change on this scanner. Return trip needed? No. Service issue resolved? Yes. Travel time? 3 hours. Mileage? 42 miles. Really slow on that part. Going to go ahead and upload a file. Again, this is deliverables. He has signed his field service report. There's his field service report that's signed. It comes over into the service log after we have saved custom fields. Successfully updated custom fields. Come back over here to the service order. I'm going to click update from WorkMarket. And I believe that I forgot to check out while I was on site there. So we'll go back and do that. And click OK. It's updating. Still says on site, but if you look at the service logs, actually it should still say that he's on site there as well. So let's go back to the service order, and I'll have him check out. And again, this is stuff that you do not need to do. The technician will be working it on his end. But if we need to go into the WorkMarket platform and adjust anything, we have that option. Go back to the service order. Update. Click OK. Updating. Tech left site. Looking at the service log, we now have departure time as well as notification that the issue has been resolved. Here is departure time and resolution. Opening up the service log, you can see that there are no resolution notes underneath the action taken box. Basically, it's because the technician has not entered that information yet. Let's go over to his member portal. WorkMarket still has the Complete This Assignment button active. The tech will select it, enter in his resolution notes, completed this service order by installing the broken exit tray as well as installing a blade to keep the end user off the ramp. T&M form has been filled out and signed by the customer. Submit for approval. And everything has been fired over to ServRight. So we will reduce that, open this up, go back to the service order. On-site work completed. At this point, you'll see that there are no more buttons for WorkMarket to be able to click up here because the on-site work has been completed for this service order. Also, the work completed field is filled out with this visit, basically having the same thing, completed this service order, verified model number, serial number, all of this information pulls over. We go over here to the service logs, and again, that information is showing up correct at this point. We've created a new view for the service logs that will display more WorkMarket specific information. If you click on the drop down at the view and select SO log view, you'll see that the assignment link for the WorkMarket view will be in there. The negotiated price that the tech came back with, his counteroffer, will also be in there, and also whether the assignment was approved or not. If it was approved, it'll show yes. If nobody's done anything, it will be blank. We also show the service provider reference number at this point, which is basically the WorkMarket assignment number. To approve the text time for each visit, you'll need to go into the individual service log, and to go into the view mode, you will select the ID number right here. You'll see that the assignment has not been approved here because it's blank. Select the ID number, and you'll see the WorkMarket approved for payment button right here. Go ahead and select that. It says, are you sure you want to approve this assignment for payment? And basically you've gone in and you've looked at the times, everything looks good, resolution notes, all of the information's in. So we're going to go ahead and select approve. And it says successfully approved payment within the WorkMarket platform. Click OK. This button will go away. The service log has been approved. We'll go ahead and go back to the service order. Go to the service logs tab, and you'll see that both of these have now been set to approved. From here, you'd follow your normal procedures in closing out the call.